What's up mga brads? It's your boy next door JD. Welcome to F.Y.I. Talks because there are facts that you should know. And yes mga brads, nandito naman tayo para sa panibagong episode ng F.Y.I. Talks. Anong nakikita nyo, medyo maingay yung background ko dahil nasa 4th floor kami ng building namin. Alam naman natin na it's the love month and malalaman nyo kung ano nga ba yung mga psychological facts about love. So, let's start this video mga friends. So, ano nga ba ang love mga friends? Love is a set of emotions and behaviors characterized by intimacy, passion, and commitment. It involves care, closeness, protectiveness, attraction, affection, and trust. Love can vary in intensity and can change over time. It is associated with a range of positive emotions, including happiness, excitement, life satisfaction, and euphoria. But it can also result in negative emotions such as jealousy and stress. Relationship focuses on the interaction between two individuals, paying close attention to both behavior and what goes in people's mind. Within social psychology, there are three primary styles of love. Number one is Eros, loving an ideal person; Ludos, love as a game; and Storge, love as a friendship. And there are also three secondary styles, which is Mania, Eros plus Ludos is equals to obsessive love; Pragma, Ludos plus Storge, realistic and practical love; and Agape, Eros plus Storge, selfless love. Triangular theory of love, psychologist Robert Sternberg proposed a triangular theory suggesting that there are three components of love: intimacy, passion, and commitment. Different combinations of these three components result in different styles of love. For example, combining intimacy and commitment results in compassionate love, while combining passion and intimacy leads to romantic love. According to Sternberg, relationships built on two or more elements are more enduring than those based on a single component. Sternberg uses the term consummate love to describe combining intimacy, passion, and commitment. While this type of love is the strongest and most enduring, Sternberg suggests that this type of love is rare. Psychosocial development. Erikson's theory of psychosocial development proposes that people pass through a series of stages centered on social and emotional development. At each point in a person's life, they face a developmental conflict that must be resolved. Important elements of this theory include conflict. The conflict in each stage can serve as turning point, either driving or hampering growth. Those who fail to master these challenges will continue to struggle. Lifelong development. One thing that makes Erikson's theory unique is that unlike many other developmental theories, the psychosocial stages look at how people change and grow over the course of an entire lifetime. Psychological skills. People who overcome these conflicts are able to achieve psychological skills that are ultimately last the rest of their life. Perhaps the best known model today is Sternberg's triangular theory of love. The reason this theory gets a lot of attention is that it combines many of the elements found in earlier theories of love. According to Sternberg, there are three essential elements of love: intimacy, passion, and commitment. A relationship built on only one of these elements is generally considered weak, while one built on two or more elements is much more lasting. For example, a combination of passion and intimacy would be Sternberg's referred to as passionate love. Impact of love. Love, attachment, and affection have important impact on well-being and quality of life. Loving relationships have been linked to lower risk of heart disease, decreased risk of dying after a heart attack, better health habits, increased longevity, lower stress levels, less depressions, lower risk of diabetes. Let's go to the dealing with breaking up. When relationships are new, partners tend to give one another the benefit of the doubt and focus on what they like about one another. Flaws and imperfections do not go unnoticed. Rather, they are described as endearing qualities. So, for example, the partner who has a very large nose is described as distinguished or as having a striking feature. This is very exhilarating because features that someone may have previously felt self-conscious about are now accepted and are even appreciated. However, once partners begin the process of breaking up, these views are abandoned and questionable qualities are once again flaws and imperfections. Kirsten provides a look at the dynamics of breaking up. Although this work is primarily about divorce, the dynamics of dissolving any long-term relationship are similar. The beginning phase of breaking up involves seeing imperfections in the relationship, but remaining hopeful that things will improve. This improvement will require the partner's cooperation because they are primarily at fault. So as long as the offending partner makes the necessary changes and work you are right. Attempt to change one's partner are usually doomed to failure. Would you want your partner to try to change you? Once it becomes clear that efforts to change are futile, the middle phase is entered. This phase is marked by disappointment. Partners talk less and less, make little eye contact, and grow farther apart. One may still try to make contact, but the other is clearly disengaged and is considering the benefits and costs of leaving the relationship. In the end phase, the decision to leave has been made. The specific details are being worked out. Turning a relationship is very difficult at this point. Trust has diminished and thoughts have turned elsewhere. This stage is one of the hopelessness. Some relationship psychological check-ins might include needs. Yours and your partners are able to state your needs without fear of criticism and mockery by your partner. Does your partner listen respectfully and offer meaningful feedback, including a plan to meet your needs? Do you do the same for him? Number 2, measuring the success of your relationship. While no single relationship can be expected to fulfill all our needs, you do want your marriage to be at the top of the list of relationship that makes you thrive and feel like you have an important role in someone else's life. Number 3, level of emotional intimacy. As per the love psychology, your marriage should be the most intimate relationship you have, above and beyond relationships you have with your children, your friends, and your work colleagues. Marriage should be your harbor, your safe haven, your shoulder to lean on. Make sure you remain invested in the emotional intimacy factor of your relationship. Number 4, have plans for the future. As per the important principles of relationship psychology, even if you have been together for a long time, it is important for the psychological health of your relationship to have plans for the future. Number 5, the ebb and the flow of love. Psychologists in the field of relationship psychology who specialize in studying love dynamics note that it is entirely normal for couples to experience moments of distance, both mental and physical, during their lives together. These can eventually be beneficial to the health of the relationship, provided that the couple remains committed in communicating their love, respect, admiration, and gratitude for each other. Number 6, emotional distance. According to relationship psychology, emotional distance can also occur in a relationship and may or may not be cause for concern. According to the psychology of relationships in love, factors such as new baby or stress at work are normal events that may temporarily cause some emotional distance to develop between a couple. This is usually short-lived and will decrease with time and adaptation. It is important to talk about what is happening, if only to acknowledge that you are aware of the situation and to assure each other that once you are your normal closeness will return. How does this benefit your relationship? These are the teaching moments. Try to follow positive psychology about relationship. Start by learning more about your partner as time passes. Likes, dislikes, preferences, and thought process are all change. Once you have gone through set a stretch of emotional distance and come out of on the other side, the relationship is deepened and both people see that they can weather a storm and survive and thrive. While poets and songwriters put romantic thoughts and feelings into eloquent words, love remains a complicated mystery. Psychologists and anthropologists have a lot to say about how and why people fall in love and most importantly, the science behind it. We dug through pages of studies and texts to uncover the surprising psychological facts about love. There's a reason why love is so complicated and indescribable. It's actually three feelings in one. According to a team of scientists led by a famous biological anthropologist, Helen Fisher, romantic love can actually be broken down into three sensations: lust, attractions, and attachment. And each feeling is characterized by its own set of hormones stemming from the brain. Lust is different than love. The evolutionary basis for lust stems from the need to reproduce from the needs to reproduce. The sex hormones testosterone and estrogen drives lust, which are separate from what is behind attractions and attachment. This is why one night stands or steamy hookups don't necessarily lead to long-term relationships. However, it gets complicated because lust and passion are still components of one lot of long-lasting love. While estrogen and testosterone drives lust, dopamine and norepinephrine are released when one feels attractions. Features Fisher studies, brain scans of people in love shows the primary reward centers of the brain lighting up after they were shown pictures of someone they are intensively attracted to. This helps to explain why the attraction components of love is based on feelings of obsession as why the early days of romantic relationship can be exhilarating. The third category of love is attachment. Attachment is associated with the feelings of comfort and nurturing as opposed to infatuations and desire. The hormones oxytocin and vasopressin are the fuel for these factors. In long-term relationship and while lasting attraction are pretty much exclusive to romantic love, attachments is also felt through friendships, parent-infant bonding, and even how owners feel towards their pets. When you fall in love, your brain releases a hormone called phenylethylamine, which is known as the love drug. The hormone is what responsible for making partners feel madly deeply in love with each other. Phenylethylamine is also found in chocolate, which may explain why you can stop after one piece. In the same study, the team of researchers revealed that 12 areas of the brain work together to release euphoria-inducing chemicals that make someone feel like they're in love. The chemicals dopamine, oxytocin, adrenaline, and vasopressin elicit the high sensation one might feel as they get hit with one might feel they get hit with the love bug. Many scientists have gone back and forth on whether it's the brain that falls in love or the heart. Based on her work, Syracuse University professor Stephanie Ortiz believes that it's ultimately the brain. Though the heart is related, activation in some parts of the brain can generate stimulations to the heart, butterflies in the stomach. Ortiz wrote in the Journal of Sexual Medicine, some symptoms we sometimes feel as manifestation of the heart may sometimes be coming from the brain. At times, love hurts, and being heartbroken is actually a real sensation. and not just something that is only in your head. It's called Takotsubo cardiomyopathy or broken heart syndrome. According to Harvard's Women's Health Watch, broken heart syndrome is a weakening of the heart's main pumping chamber as a result of severe emotional or physical stress such as loss of a loved one or a serious accident. It occurs almost exclusively in women, and researchers are still figuring out why it happens. While it's rare, it is possible to die of a broken heart. So that's it mga brads. Nalaman nyo kung ano yung mga psychological facts about love. Ngayong love season na to, sana magstay in love tayo, and let's respect and consider as partner as one with us. So parang ang sinasabi ko lang is i-consider natin yung partner natin na kahati natin, or isa lang tayo, both in mentally, physically, and emotionally. And sana kahit paano magstay in love tayo, or kahit sabihin mo lang na hindi lang naman tayo ang magsuffer in case na magkaroon tayo ng misunderstanding with our partners, pero pati rin tayo, dahil sabi nga sa studies, hindi lang isa lang ang masasaktan sa isang broken marriage or hiwalayan or breakup. Kaya sana let us give some respect to our partners, stay in love, and give them total love, care, and sabihin ng selfless love, mga ganun mga friends. Same as our self and our family and friends. So, para magkaroon tayo ng long-lasting relationship with our partners, sana sundin natin yung mga advices na usually binibigay sa atin ng mga parents natin, kasi nga nadaan naman sila sa ganung mga situations. So, yun mga friends. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe sa aking channel mga brads. I-click na rin ang notification bell para lagi kayo updated sa aking mga bagong videos. Salamat mga brads! Peace out! Salute! Gagawin ko sa February 14? Papasok. Tapos matutulog. Ano ba ang gagawin ko? Hintayin ang sweldo.
Anong gagawin ko sa Valentine's Day? Magkakape. Pareho lang naman nakakatibok na puso yun. Ano po ito?